Hi, a film I was interested to watch recently that turned up on one of the digital channels was Topkapi, Jules Dassin's 1964 heist comedy drama starring Peter Ustinov. You can tell that it's already starting to evaporate from my brain. Um, an interesting thing about the film that I discovered fairly quickly is that it's based on a book, but the focus of the story has been shifted so that instead of being about the Ustinov character, it's actually about the woman behind the heist, who is in the film played by the director's wife. Hmm. So we see at the early part of the story the two people behind the heist, along with her partner, played by Maximilian Schell, concocting a scheme to steal a beautiful jeweled dagger from a museum in Istanbul. And their plan requires them to hire a patsy to drive a car containing various um, uh, devices over the border. But they choose a wily half English, half Egyptian con man who gets caught by the police and winds up being recruited by them to act as a spy because they think that having found smoke grenades and a rifle that they're planning to assassinate a senior general. In fact, all the materials are there just to confuse the guards, not to cause any injury whatsoever as part of their heist. So the Englishman is forced to act as a spy, trying to uncover what plots they have underway, and winds up being involved in the heist itself. The problem with the film is simply that it's completely unbalanced. It's obvious that the Ustinov character is meant to be the lead, that we're meant to see the story from his point of view, and that only halfway through, as in the book, we discover that they're not actually terrorists at all, they're criminals plotting to steal a dagger. Instead, we're told this right from the start with narration direct to camera, and the Ustinov character is introduced into the quarter of the way into the movie. So, although it's quite light and breezy and moderately entertaining, it does have this odd disconnect of not really seeming to understand what story it's trying to tell. The later scenes involving the actual heist itself are brilliantly staged and surprisingly tense. Dassin had previously directed Rififi, which is regarded as the first modern heist picture, and the film itself was hugely influential. Bruce Geller saw the film and was inspired to create Mission Impossible. And one of the sequences involving the heist later on, where one of the criminals is suspended from the museum ceiling, is directly lifted for the first Mission Impossible feature film, where Tom Cruise dangles from the ceiling of the CIA vault. So, although the film is extremely influential and has its charms, it's really not quite as good as it should have been, simply for the director indulging his leading actress slash wife's career. A little bit more discipline, I think, would have served the film a great deal better.